So sneakily, Bandai has provided all of the cards for all of Set 2 for Fusion World. And that means I am going back to review all of them because I have a lot to catch up on. So today we are going to take a look at all of the red cards and rank them, because what's better than doing a tier list? I will preface that a lot of these cards I actually haven't seen. I've only seen some of them through their Twitter and Facebook posts and things like that. And that's going to apply to all of the other colors. So if you wanted me to go through all of the colors, let me know in the comments and like the video. And of course, if I get anything wrong or if you disagree, definitely let me know in the comments because I'm probably wrong. So here we are on eggmanevents.com, Mr. Eggman himself. We're going to go through his deck builder and all of the cards. So the first one I'm going to go through is, of course, Red Goku, or TOP Goku, the leader. And of course, he is an interesting one where he has the new Tournament Power trait, and he gets to swing and attack, which is fine, but he does awaken at 3 or less and drawing a card. So what makes that important is now we know all of the card pool for TOP. And from what I've seen from the SRs to the commons, etc., I think this deck is going to be really good. I think, like, on paper at the very least, he has all the support that Red has already, and now has his own archetype to play a lot of really cool bodies. The only concerning thing is that you're going to be at 3 or less life doing this pay 1, discard a card from the hand, and then play up to 1 battle card of 20k power or less with tournament power in the traits, which we have a good amount of them. We're going to go through all of them, so we'll see. But I think this effect is pretty decent. It is a downside, and what is probably going to be kind of a falter for him, depending on what the meta looks like and what people kind of answer this to, where you have to discard a card. And it could help you, in the future where we have recursion effects, but right now I don't think there's any or very many in Red. So right now, I think this guy is pretty good. Now, I do have the tier list set up where there's only one leader, so it's just going to be I would say a little difficult to place him in what I have right now, where staple is basically if you're playing the deck or archetype or just really any red deck, you need to include this card in that deck, or at least have a high consideration for it. Playable just means that there should be no qualms to playing the card in the deck. Mid is just mid. Suboptimal is just like things that are, janky, the things that you don't really need to play, but it's going to be at least interesting to try it out. And then don't do it is just trash cards, maybe draft cards, or I would say / I don't know. So let's just put it that way, where I just really don't know. But I'll say when that is. For TOP Goku, honestly, I think he's in the playable. I don't think he's a staple, as in like a tier 1 leader. I could be wrong. I'm going to be reviewing all of these cards in all colors this week, and then start playing it the following week before the set release. And then obviously, hopefully, the digital client will update and we can actually get that going. Moving on, it's Anilaza. It's a vanilla. It's not really much to talk about for him, right? Just put him in the mid. He's a 30k, so you can't play with the tournament powered Goku. And it's a 10k combo. I mean, we have this in this color and as well as others. There's not really much to talk about other than like draft stuff. We do have Kakunsa, which she is a 4 cost. So like, obviously we're gonna see a lot of these cards where they're gonna have like a higher cost, but it's a 20k, which is obviously like the barrier of entry for TOP Goku. As in, like, you wouldn't play this in the Beerus deck, but you would play this in a Goku TOP deck, right? This is a switch to active mode, and it gains minus 5k power for the turn. I don't know. Oh yeah, there is now a winter card that actually boosts. I don't know if I'll find it, but it boosts all of your TOP cards for 10k for 2. So if you put this to 30, now you have a 30k swing and a 5k or 25k swing, which is pretty decent. Like that does get around Broly. It's pressure just in general for any leaders. I think this will probably be put in because this is in TOP Goku. Like, if you're gonna be playing this in TOP Goku, I think it is a playable card. With that new 2 cost extra card, I think it also makes it playable as well. That's how I see it. Is this alt art? I think this is alt art. I'll just put that there. Moving on, we have Kato Pesla. I see this one, took a peek at it. I was like, wait, he has a lot of stuff, but really it's just on play attacking and when KO'd, which is just interesting. You get the minus a 5k of your opponent's battle card for the turn. So obviously, like, this is super funny, right? Because you play it for 3, you swing with it, it's a minus 10k for a lot of things, which means Beerus can basically take advantage of that every single turn, minusing a 15k every turn and then 20k when it's played. So I think it's really cool. I mean, it's a 10k combo. Come on, I'm just gonna put this in playable. There's not really much else to talk about it. You can play this really in any leader and not really have too much fault for it. Yeah, that's all I can say. Ganos, which is another 20k, gains 25k power while it's in battle with an opponent's battle card. So this is gonna be interesting because I'm gonna have like a kind of a controversial standpoint. Like, this is a 3 cost that basically will swing into any of green's big bodies. I think that's what the whole idea is, right? How playable is it? I don't know, because like when you stuff your pool with 0 cost cards or 0/0, right? It's just gonna be a little difficult to justify that. Just like throughout the game, like your variance of combo powers is just go down. It's not gonna feel very good, you know. It's just one of those things. So for him, I think he is playable. I almost want to say he's a staple just to get rid of like bigger bodies. Like, this just swings into Broly easily late game, so you can play like 2 copies of it in any red deck and be fine. I don't know. I'm gonna say controversial here, so just so people can kind of correct me on those, right? We'll see. We'll come back to that. I think the whole idea for that card is just, again, battling green's big threats in red. And also being played for 3 and for free and for 3, but for free or for 1 in TOP Goku. It's Khalifa, so this just automatically goes into the mid categories of vanilla. It's a 2k critical Khalifa where it's an on play, you add up to 1 card and from your life to your hand. So I really like this card, and I think in TP Goku it's not as good because it's just a 20k critical, whatever. By the time you're at 3, you know, you're gonna be swinging into another 20k leader. That's fine, I guess, but I think this is more of a staple or a very playable card. Maybe I should have another tier where basically I think any red deck can play this. So if you don't have hits, or maybe have a more of an aggressive build in Beerus or something, then I think this is going to be a really good card for you to pick up. It is only a rare, so like, it's whatever. I think this would be a staple if it was a 10k combo. Otherwise, it's kind of whatever, you know, it's kind of whatever. And honestly, as I go through all these cards, I'm going to put this like up here. I think this is like here. I think that's what it is. As I go through cards, I might move all of this stuff throughout. So don't just wait. Just watch throughout. On play, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less and KO it. I think this is great because in tandem with Fua, I believe, you can pop a 30k, right? Or a bunch of other stuff. Plus, this is a 20k body. I think this is a really good card. I think like in Beerus, obviously it's a really good card. You get rid of a 25k anyway, in any point. I'm gonna say it's just the 5k combo power that they're balancing these cards with. That's just what it is. But because it's a 2 cost 20k, and you can pop something that's 15k or less, which targets a lot of different things, I'm gonna put this bad boy in staple, man. I think this is a consideration for a lot of different decks when building a red removal, well, a removal base red deck, basically. I think that it's up there. It's up there. It's definitely playable. I might move that around. This is a Coway, which is another vanilla, whatever. It is a 20k tournament power. Still pretty mid. I mean, it's just a 10k combo power. Like, it is the card that you probably want to play 4 of if you just want a 1k 20k that has 10k power, right? So I think the whole point of the TOP deck is to play the bigger things that are 20k, like this Kefla we're going to take a look at here, for 1, right? Instead of playing a 2k or 20k 2 cost for 1 that you discard a card for. So I feel like that's like super neg. Anyway, Kaba, He's a 3K blocker on the opponent's turn. It gets 5K power, so it's a 25K power. Boy, this card's all right. I think this is a playable card in TOP. You know, that's the issue where I think I'm running into, where it's a lot of good archetypal cards, but not so much amazing in any other deck. You know, because like you're playing it for 3, it gets popped by 17 or 18 pretty easily. But when you consider that you're playing it for 1, you discard a card, it's a little bit better, right? But the discard is a little neck as well, because it's just so easily removed in green and as well as red and maybe even blue now, right? So it's just one of those things that I'm like, you know, this is just, I don't know, I think this is mid. the more that I like talk through it, I think it's like the top end of mid. I think it's like whatever. I don't know, like a lot of blocker cards like this just don't play too well in this card game. I think the saving grace for the card is the opponent's turn 25K, right? Because like when you think about it, like you have this 1 cost blocker that that will easily just block into a 20K attack. So unless you're playing against 17, 18, Broly, or any other leader that's gonna have that boost, you know, it's gonna be like whatever, really. Anyway, this is a Kale. That's a 35K swing. I think this is a cool card. I think it's also mid, but I think it's a cool card. You can't play it off TOP Goku, but I mean, it's searchable by Universe 6. There you go. We got some more Universe 6 cards. It's a 10K body on their board, so like you just get a 35K swing for 3. I think it's suboptimal. I think that's going to be our first suboptimal card. Cause like I like the idea, but because you have to pay 3, it's not even a 10K combo. I don't think it's a very good card. Maybe I'll move it around for a little bit. This is a sick card. I like this card. I think it's very playable. Let's put it up there. You just draw 1 when you're awakened. So you just replace the card that you discard, replaces itself. I think this is a staple in TOP. Like this is something where you just kind of start with, because it's just like it's always going to be online when you're awakened, and it's a 10K combo power. I think it's great. I think it's just awesome. Same thing for this. It's an SR, so obviously it's really good. It's a 4K or 4 cost 20K, a little hefty for most decks that aren't TOP. Leader is awakened, and this card gains 5K power, so it's a 25K. On play is a draw, and then you play up to 1 battle card with 3 or less determined power and the special traits from your hand. So you can play the Kale, you can play the Kefla. That isn't it's just TOP. So literally everything that we've seen here, right? So I think the Kefla is definitely a staple for TOP in general. Where is she? Here she is. Let's just put it up there. I think that's the only like decent card that we have actually talked about. All these other ones I'm hyping up. I think Kefla is great. It basically plays literally everything. This Android 17 is really good too. But yeah, Sidra, we have choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 5K power or less and KO it. It's a 15K one cost, man. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. I'm just gonna put Sidra in playable, dude. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just like on paper, that's I like it. Like it's like what? Oh, 0 costs, 0 combo. Didn't see that. 17. So it's a 3K, 25K, or 3 cost 3, 25K. It's leader with the Universe 7 traits, so obviously support for U7 Goku. And it's a 30K. And my camera died. If your leader's my camera died, but let's see. So your leader is awakened, and this can't be KO'd by the skills of your opponent's battle cards. So everything but red and blue, right? So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I think just being a 30K body, I mean, it's actually a 35K in Universe 7 Goku, 30K on their opponent's turn. So it's really hard to get rid of it. It's a sticky card. It's a super rare. It just kind of adds up to being a really good card. Better than playable. Just gonna put that there. So maybe not a staple, but definitely better than the playability. I think whatever cinnamon I'm gonna come up with this week is gonna be changing that tier list name in general. It's a 2K or 2 costs 20K yet again. It is a 25K power on your opponent's turn. Pretty mid card. Not much to say. Baby girl. Android 17 or 18, sorry. 3 costs critical card. And I feel like this is a weird card to just kind of throw in. In Universe 7 Goku is a 30K swing every turn, but then like if you want that, you may as well just go bump it up to the 4 costs of Gohan, and maybe that's what their idea is on what a critical base deck curve would look like, with the Khalifa at 2 and this guy at 3, Gohan at 4, the start at Gohan. So maybe that's what it is, you know. I think this card is mid, and I'm fine to change that opinion later on. I think this is a pretty okay card. It's just a critical body that could be boosted in a lot of different decks, even start at Goku, right? So, you know, now that I think about it, I feel like the playability of the card might be pretty good. Like in start at Goku, U7 Goku, and even Beerus. So just because there's so many playable decks or decks that could be played in, I think that's fine. Okay. Tien Shinhan. So there's only like, we just like put this in suboptimal. I thought like Tien Shinhan would be sick, but like you have to have these in your hand, and you can only search them with the Universe 7 tag. There's not like a deck search thing, unless I'm gonna see one here, which I don't think so. I don't think there's gonna be it's just not good. I just don't think it's good. That's it. I mean, sure, you can play like the 15K bodies. I don't know, man. If you pull it off, it's just like super inconsistent, I feel like, because there's not really a consistent way to get them out. Anyway, Basil, look at the top 5. Get a non-Basil card, 4 or less. This is pretty much just what you need to play in TP Goku, right? So just like I was saying for Kefla, where you start out with Kefla here, you probably start out with Basil as well. So like it's like if you're just gonna be playing TOP, like you're just gonna be doing that. You know, because this is not a staple anymore, I'm gonna put these guys up here. Pepperoni. Shout out to the Masters, getting him banned. Pay 3. Look at the top 7 and play Analaza. Suboptimal. Suboptimal. Dude, paying 3 and then whiffing. Don't do it. Actually, don't do it. Analaza, I'm sure is good. Where do we see? Where is he? Where is it? There's only really one Analaza. I can't even find him. So unless it's not in the deck builder or like they just revealed it somewhere else, I can't find him. But I think just on paper, if you're looking at it's just like the Dr. Duro. If you kill itself and then after paying 3 and then you just whiff on it, this is 7 too. It's not even 10. I just feel like that's just terrible, dude. Like, sure, I mean, you can't even play this like early on. You have to wait until turn 3 and then like pay what? Yeah, this is bad. Don't do it. Draw 1. That's cool. It's a pretty mid card, but it's a searcher or it's a cantrip. Leader Awakens 5K. Did we see this card? Did we see this card? I think this is pretty good in Universe 7 Goku. I think that's really good in Universe 7 Goku. Even start at Goku might be pretty good too. Choose all your opponent's battle cards at 5K power or less and KO them. So this would be really cool if you like paid 6 with the Gohan. I think this is good against green because a lot of time when you're playing against green, they just play the 1 cost and they just sit there as combo power. And if you don't have like removal for it, especially in a lot of different decks, red's gonna be the best one for this. If we had like sideboards, this would be a pretty cool card. I think it's pretty mid though. I'm gonna put that in the mid tier. All your opponent's battle cards, all your battle cards getting 5K. We have the Trio to Dangers. Shout out to Masters again. Suboptimal. Unless they're like really good, right? So we have Bergamo. We have Lavendar. Let's see. Trio of the Dangers. Basil. This is 10K. 20K, 20K. And then you choose up to 1 opponent's battle card with a 5K. Or in mine it's 5K. For each Trio to Dangers in his battle area. I mean, I don't know. Suboptimal. Suboptimal. Just throw him in suboptimal. I think that's really good. I think that's good for us to say. All right, moving on. Hellas. Draw 2. Oh, no. Okay. Choose what you want opponent's battle cards with 30k power or more, and it gains 20k. Is that good? Is that good? Because, like, I guess this is just in tandem with Beerus, right? Because, like, you're just trying to remove a 30k. So, like just Beerus in general. Because I don't imagine a world where we're paying a lot of energy, unless it's like late game, and you try to remove a 30k, and then you just use Fua. Yeah, you probably just use like Fua or the new card here, right, to remove a 30 or 35k, which is probably with Cell or Broly, right? So like late game, I can kind of see that. You're paying 6 in total. You're paying 4 here with Beerus, so I think this is playable. We'll kind of come back to that. This is a vanilla. It's a vanilla. We're gonna put them down here. I hate him. He's a terrible character. Rumshi. This is pretty good. This is really good. What are we targeting? What are we really targeting here? Actually, now that I think about it, we cannot do it by power. Hayden, can you update that? A lot of Turles, right? A lot of Turles can't target the golden freezes or anything like that, but you can easily reduce, right? There's a lot of different ways you can reduce, but there's like a lot of the SRs, like Android 16 stocks are just continually going down, minus 10k, and then getting rid of a 1718 feels pretty good too. Yeah, there's a lot of like really decent cards you can get rid of. So I would say he is up there, right? Like 30k is a big boy. And honestly, you know, paying 5 isn't the worst idea when you get a 10k combo power and a 30k body. So I'm going to be a little controversial and say he's better than playable. Ribian? It's a super combo. What are you talking about? Double strike crit. It's just double strike actually. Playable. She is a 20k that you can play for 1 and boost it up with this card. So yeah, I think that's really good. Just a double strike body you can dump your hand on. I think that's super playable. This card, 5k power for the turn. Wait, what? For the turn of each of your opponent's battle cards. Oh yeah, I forgot I saw this card. I actually think this is a really cool card. What is it good against though? I guess it's good against like the red mirror, maybe yellow. I think yellow is probably really good against too. Yeah, I think it's playable. I think it's playable. I would consider it. I would consider it. Saved by Barriers. So these are the newer cards, right? I think there's the TP cards, I want to say. Or maybe it's in the sets. I don't know. It says it's in the set. I could be wrong though. Anyway, oh, you know what? I think the TP cards are just alt arts. Anyway, so this is in the set. Choose your leader or one of your battle cards gains 20k power for the turn, or for the battle actually. If it's a battle card, it can't be KO'd in battle for the turn. It's really good, actually. It's really cool. It's actually a really cool card. It's searchable by UMR7. And honestly, like if you want to save a card just in general for the turn, like there's a lot of red cards you kind of want to keep on board so you can gain value over and over again, like Hidden, 17, you know, things like that. I think it's a good card. I think this is cool. I think that's a cool card. All your battle cards gain 10k for the turn. I don't know. I need to see this in practice. You know, I mentioned a few times already before, but I think in practice it might not be that great. I'm going to say it's mid for now, and I'm happy to be wrong if it turns up in a competitive list. Glimpse of Hidden Arrogance. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards gains 25k power for the turn. If you have a battle card 30k power or more, add it to one battle card. It costs a 4 or less from your drop to your hand. That's actually pretty sick. Because like what you're getting is 2 costs 25k on both turns. And this 30k power is it doesn't say base power. So like if you just boost a 5k, you can just get a 4 cost or less from your drop to your hand. And this is just super good, obviously, in TPO Goku, because you're just going to be discarding cards and just lets you have better lines of play throughout the game. So, knowing that, am I facing this way or that way? I am definitely facing the opposite way. My monitor's here. But the thing about this card, I think it just makes up for paying 2 for it. I think it's really good. I think it's actually better than playable. I might be wrong in this, but this is a 25k, like, that's a lot, dude. That's a lot. Sure, it's not gigantic, right? But like, this is theoretically a 35k boost for 2, because you're going to be getting a battle card of 4 or less during the battle, and a lot of these, like Hellas, for instance, are going to be 10k bodies or 10k combat power, right? So I think this is better than playable. I think this is good in general. I don't know what this card is. I don't know what this card is, actually. Oh, it's this card. Did I miss this card? Your leader card is Awakened. You gain 5k power. Okay, cool. I mean, this is just really good, right? It's really good just in general, just on that. When attacking, add 1 card from your life to your hand, up to, and choose one of your opponent's battle cards and gains 15k power. I think it's better than playable. I'll say it. It's controversial, but I'll say it. Yeah, that's all of red. I think that will do it. So yeah, I think red in general is looking pretty good. A lot of stuff that is catered towards TOP in general, right? And just overall, I think we're gonna have at least a little bit of variety when it comes down to some of the stuff that I was talking about that are better than playable that you can play in any red deck. Will it improve a lot of the decks that we've been playing, like Beerus and Sardek Goku? I don't know. But I think U7 Goku gets a little bit of an inch, and I think people who are creative in their deck building, Sardek Goku will get even better. And then Beerus just has more lines of play for critical and as well as removal. So I think this set looks pretty good for red. I think, I don't think it's like the best color from what I've seen, but it is definitely a strong color. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.